Hi everybody, welcome back to Stick Around. This is Lena, and today I wanted to do an overview of my 2026 ecosystem and how I've been using it in the month of December. Today is December 24th, so happy Christmas Eve and Merry Christmas to everybody who's celebrating. I also wanted to quickly address the failed spreadmas series, which is a series of videos that I wanted to do in the month of December before Christmas, and I was going to film 12 videos about my journals and making spreads together, and I did publish 5 of those, but then I fell sick, and after I recovered and filmed 2 other videos, I realized that I was just forcing myself and they weren't good quality and content-wise, so I decided to scrap them and stop the series in general, because also last week was my last work week this year and it was really busy and I wouldn't be able to finish it anyway. So I decided to stop, make some notes, takeaways from this experience and move on. So I really wanted to mention just how helpful it was to, force myself, but I also really wanted to do it at the beginning, to do like several videos in a few weeks. It really made me more experienced with editing and filming in general, so I'm really grateful for this experience anyway, even if it's not finished or not as I wanted it to be, but it's still very helpful to me, and I think it will also impact the way I'm doing my next videos. So yeah, let's dive right into my journals for 2026. I'd start with my daily journal, which I have in this Spine's Hobonichi cover, which I really do love. And my daily journal is a Stalogy 365 A5 notebook, and it's my first year using it as my daily journal, and it's honestly been going really great. I redecorated the cover as I promised in one of my previous videos for the lineup, I think. I scrapped all of the stickers and put a black wrapping paper on top because it was damaged with glue from stickers, and then I just threw a bunch of different stars on the cover and the 2026. So here I also added a few stickers. I got a package from Sticky, which I did an unboxing in the previous video, so you can go check it out. I also have a few stickers and cards from Megan Rhiannon. And yeah, mostly I print out my stickers from Pinterest, but I also now have this huge binder where I keep all of my stickers. It's a sticker release paper. This one is vellum for washi stickers, but mostly it's sticker release, and I have moved all of my stickers here, which is really nice because I'm traveling this week and it will be really great to take all of my stickers with me, which I think is really awesome. So I did add a vision board just yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. So I made it on Pinterest with a collage feature and then just printed it out on the matte sticker paper, and I love how it turned out. It's very colorful and makes me very inspired for the new year. And then on this like monthly opening spread, I already mentioned in my setup video that I wanted to do a gratitude log, and then I have just one sentence of intentions, and I decided that I would paste any pictures from Pinterest that I would really relate to in this month. So it's not really for space for my own photos, but for pictures or quotes from Pinterest or any other place that I find inspiring. And then I just have a check off calendar to cross out the days that I journaled. And as you can see, I only have yesterday to backfill, because yesterday was hectic with all the Christmas shopping and stuff like that. Yeah, so I already did a flip of the first few days in detail, so you can check that out in an earlier video. So we stopped here when I was doing kind of also a vision board, but it's just in the moment, and I just printed the different pictures from Pinterest and did like an analog Pinterest board here. And then these are the newer spreads that you haven't seen yet. I really love how this turned out. I love that I can experiment with the layouts, and I am using different pens and different decorations. I don't tend to put pictures like my own photos in here, just because I do have a memory keeper, and I also print once a week approximately, so I don't have like readily available pictures for every day. But yeah, as you can see, I stuck to one page a day here. Here I spilled over onto this page, so this was actually from the previous day. But then Wednesday I felt really sick, and Thursday as well, so these are like smaller entries, but I still did want to journal any and every day, even if it's just one sentence. I do want to come in here and record my thoughts. And on this day I got a Christmas tree, so I found this very fitting picture also on Pinterest. It's an illustration, and I printed it out on a washi sticker paper. And I love how moving all of my stickers into one sticker book really allowed me to use more of my stickers, because I can just flip through the sticker book and find whatever I'm not even looking for, but whatever fits the entries. And I really love how I'm using more stickers now. So these days are also very short, because it's Monday and Tuesday previous week when I was still working, and I didn't really have much to say because I was busy at work. Here's, I think, when I decided to stop spreadmas, and I journaled about it. And also my friend and I, we decided that we will go through the Artist's Way next year together, and I'm very excited and pumped for it. Yeah. So this day my parents gave me an early birthday present, which are these AirPods Max. I think the color is Midnight, and I asked for what's it called? Engraving. It's just Billie Eilish. But I'm very happy to have them, and they really remind me every day of Billie. And I also got a Sticky Club package in the mail. But the next day was Billie Eilish's birthday, and I thought that it would be fitting to put the Billie Eilish headphones next to her birthday. And I had this picture for a while. It was printed out on the washi paper as well, and I just pasted it because it's Christmas season and Billie loves Christmas as well, and yeah, I thought it would be the perfect picture for her birthday in my journal. This day I visited my parents, and my grandma came for a visit from Ukraine, and she cooked vareniki, which is like the traditional Ukrainian dish. It's dumplings, kind of dumplings, but it's a different type of dough, and they are filled with different fillings. So we had potato ones, sour cabbage ones, and cherry ones. Very, very nice. And then on Saturday I hosted my friends for a sip and manifest event. Basically, they used my printer to print out pictures for their vision boards, and they made vision boards. I made mine a few days after this because I was busy with warming the mulled wine and also talking to people. I didn't want to also push myself to do it with them, but it was really nice to see how they all plan and their vision for the new year. And I also decorated my apartment that day for Christmas just in time. Then on Sunday my grandma came to visit me, and we watched a bunch of episodes of a Ukrainian TV show. And then on Monday we were also together. It was a very chill day. I made the vision board on Monday, and I printed a bunch of them. I still need to journal about yesterday and today, obviously, but that's that. That's my daily journal. As I said, I'm really enjoying the experience here, and it's been a blast. Like, I really want to go in here every single day. Next, I'd like to quickly mention my Commonplace book, which is also a stalogy but half year, and specifically about the things that I journaled here in December. So on the 2nd of December I made an entry about historical Victorian women, because I just finished Victorian cycle like a month back, I think, and I was still intrigued by this notion, and I found an article by Kiera Boyle, and I just rewrote it, and I pasted the illustration from that article as well. And then on the 9th of December I started watching Brandon Sanderson's writing lectures about fantasy and science fiction, but I think they're also universal, kind of. So I just made my notes here. It's part of my personal curriculum plan for the next year. Comment if you want to hear more about my personal curriculum, but yeah, I watched 3 videos and I made notes on the first 2, and I still have the third one to go through, but the second one was loaded, as you can see. I really love using these notebooks. They're just, I don't know, perfect. And I have an index at the beginning. I'm not sure if it will be enough for the whole notebook, but I split it into columns so I can feel more. And since I mentioned my taken out planner, I haven't done much in here because it starts in January, but I pasted this Gloomy from Megan Rhiannon, and I still need to do a spread for my yearly goals. Here I track my YouTube activity and low-buy. I have to backfill this. I have it in a different tracker, but I decided to use the December in this planner for the current December, so December 2025, because I'm pretty sure that I will switch into the new planner for December 2026. So yes, here also nothing yet, but I did my December monthly, also just checking off the days. Well, I just put in my appointments and maybe important events and the tracker for spreadmas videos, which I failed. Here I have my to-dos, which are not complete because I'm still using a digital reminders list for to-dos. And since I'm not using this planner anyway, I didn't want to write down all of my to-dos. I just did it for the most important ones. And then my anticipated expenses, my priorities, and here I still need to figure out what to do. This is my YouTube content tracker. I did some pre-planning for January as well. Again, in the weeks itself, I haven't done anything, but if you haven't seen Take a Note planner before, it's basically a week on 2 spreads. And I really enjoy writing my to-dos for every day and also in a column format like that, so that I can see a week at a glance. I'm a weekly planner, so it works very well, and I also have a smaller overview for the whole week here on the side. I really love this format, but I'm really scared of all of this white space. But also, since it's a functional planner, I don't really mind. Like, I don't intend to make it very pretty or something like that, or like decorate a bunch. So I think I'll be fine, and I will make it work for the whole year. And then in the end, there are a few note pages, but also, like I said, I thought I would switch before December comes into another planner for the 2027. So I didn't touch the first weeks of December, but then I started using them as my sinking funds overview and logs. So basically every column was intended for a day, but I made it into columns for a sinking fund that I have, like for example for home or hobbies or health, and I just put in the initial amount, and then I log whenever I put money into the sinking fund or withdraw. And I really like having it in a physical format because it gives me a lot of peace, and it gives me kind of an more accountability for my sinking funds, because whenever I withdraw, I have to open this and log it as well. And these are just other savings categories. And yeah, I think I mentioned it in my setup video that this is going to be my functional planner, but also a budget planner. So I also dedicated the full spread that they have here in the notes pages. They're just 2 spreads, and one of them I dedicated to my savings progress. I put down boxes for 12 of my most important savings goals, and the goal amount that I want to save I put here on top, and then just did a step count. And on the bottom I have months of the year, and I intend to, whenever I get a paycheck for that month, I'll just come in here and log how much I have saved for this specific goal each month. And then I also have a total saved to see how much I save every month of the year. And I also put in my low buy rules, which next year I would really like to try low buy year, which means I would allow myself to spend money on needs primarily, and also like only 10 euro per month for hobbies, 10 new clothing items, 3 new pairs of shoes. Like I don't think I even go beyond that as it is, but for hobbies for sure I spent a lot of money this year, so I want to track that and be accountable with myself as well. So this is my planner for the next year. And this year this month I'm still using the Take a Note booklet, which it has the same format for the weeks, but it's just in a much smaller format. And that's why, because this is honestly enough for me, I'm really not sure about the A5 but we'll see. Like I have my to-dos for each day, or here on the side if I don't have a specific day that I want to do it on. And I also have a small habit tracker here, and I decorate them a little bit. And here on the top I have either all day events or appointments. And I've been in this booklet, well, this specifically from the beginning of December, but I have another one where I've stayed for 8 weeks, I think, and which goes to show that it really works for me. And this is the current week, and I also have pre-planned a little bit because I'm going away on Friday and I'll be back next Friday, so I will take this one with me on a trip. I'm going to my favorite city in the whole world. It's Copenhagen in Denmark, and I'm really thinking like which planners and journals should I take with me. I'm not really restricted because my dog and I we're going by train, so there's no like weight restriction on the suitcase, but I also don't want to carry like 10 kilograms of notebooks. And I also have this cute notebook that I got in Copenhagen like more than a year ago, and I haven't used it yet. It's just a lined notebook, and I was thinking maybe I will take this and journal here for the trip. I also have this like magpie catch-all everyday carry, which I've used since the start of this month. It's a Stalogy B6 Slim, and like you can see I do daily to-do lists here, even though I have them in the planner, but I have this with me all the time, like at work and on the go, so I can journal a little bit and then also do like at the moment checklists. Here I planned my personal curriculum and what I want to happen in 2026 and my low buy rules, so it's just really for everything. I've time blocked the days to do before Copenhagen, so this is my current to-do list. I really love this notebook. At first it seemed too big for carrying around, but it's honestly very convenient. And then I have my tracker. So this is another Take a Note booklet. I think it's a project planner one. So I do most of my tracking here, just because it's all in one place and I don't need to flip back and forth in different notebooks to record my things that I want to track. So I dedicated this few first pages for yearly trackers, but I haven't come up with all of them yet. I just started doing the weather tracker. It's more like a temperature tracker, which I, for every, or for ranges of the temperature, I think it's like 5 to 10 degrees ranges. I chose a color from my Tombow markers and just started recording the temperature for every day, which I think is very cute. And I can imagine that at the end of the year it will be like a pixelated, very like telling spread with all the different temperatures, because here we can get like minus 10 is rare, but you can still get it, and till plus like 35, 39 so Celsius. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out in the end of November 2026. And I also decided to do this little red stars for the days that I'm not in my home location. So on this week I'm traveling to Copenhagen, and the weather that I will be tracking will be for Copenhagen, not for Munich. And this is my monthly tracker. I really love this. Like, I love trackers in general, but I also love this tabular, like, spreadsheet vibes in an analog system. I have a few of my habits here, and then I also have a column for personal curriculum activities, which not a lot yet, but here I made a key for those. And I also have mood and energy tracker, which I'm using gray. Well, here I should have used green, but if it's more than 4 for mood and energy, like I split it into 5 sections. If it's more than 4, then I would use a green highlighter, and if it's less than 4, I'm using gray. But yeah, here I forgot about this. And then the same for screen time. If it's 2 hours or less, I'm using green. If it's more than 2 hours, I'm using gray. And for steps, the same, but for 5K. So if I hit 5K, it's green. Otherwise, it's gray. And here I also made an expense tracker. So I just chose like 5 spending categories that I tend to overspend in, and I'm just tracking every day if I spend anything in these categories, and if I haven't spent anything in any of those, I will put a green line through all of the boxes. And the second one, so I kind of have like 3 pages per month. Maybe I will use the 4th one as well. I don't want to like start January in here, because the first spread is very uniform and I love it on the one spread. So I'll probably start January here. Maybe I could move the gratitude log from my daily journal into here. But on this page, I'm tracking symptoms. I have this elaborate key. I think I mentioned it in one of the videos, but I came up with icons for all of the different symptoms that I wanted to track. And I just put them all on top here. And for every day, I'm tracking which symptoms I've had. And it's been really helpful to see my patterns. And in the back, I have a package log, which haven't been a lot for December. I don't track like Amazon packages, because you can easily track them on the app or website itself. But for the others, like Sticky, you don't really know when they are coming, so I wanted to put it in here to track. And I think that's it for this one. And we've come to my creme de la creme, my 2 hobonichi weeks, which I explained in one of the spreadmas videos that I decided to buy another hobonichi weeks for my media journal and switch back from the Muji planner that I wanted to use initially. In my lineup video I talked about that, and since I have wrapped my blue snow blue or sky blue hobonichi weeks in the black paper, I just decided to get black hobonichi weeks with this kingdom pattern. I really love, and I really love how I've decorated the covers. It brings me a lot of joy, honestly, to be in these notebooks. That's why I'm thinking about getting one for planning as well. But I was also so excited for the take a note that I just have to try it first. So let's start with my memory keeper. So I decided to separate my journal, daily journal, from memory keeping because I've stopped doing morning pages like a few months back, and I really wanted to journal more about my feelings in my daily journal as I would with my morning pages, but not so extensive. And I decided that I need a notebook that I would be able to flip through and quickly realize what was happening on one day or the other. And I also really wanted to try journaling in the hobonichi weeks because I love this format and it's so cute. I have cuteness aggression towards it, honestly. So here I have Billie Eilish, not surprising. It was gonna be my media journal at the beginning and I put this at that time, but I just kept it. I have this, I didn't even know I have it here. But it's a washi sticker that I printed for Stranger Things. Since I think I'm gonna put it in my media journal instead. Since we're coming to the end of the season 5 and I'm very excited. Again, I have a Gloomies card here from Megan Rhiannon. This is kind of my cover page where I put a picture of myself to look back on. And here I added a vellum page for my vision board because I printed it in quite a small format, and even if I stretched it, it wouldn't be able to cover all of the calendars. So I decided to paste this additional page for my vision board. On the perpetual calendar, I'm tracking color-coded memories. So for now, I only have a dot for my sister, for my dog, and for Billie Eilish or music. And I recorded them here. I accidentally started in January, but it was supposed to be December. Again, I'm using the December for 2025 because I'm pretty sure I will switch, especially for hobonichi weeks, since it starts in December. I can switch before December next year. So in the monthlies, I haven't done anything yet. I'm going to do my favorites and highlights in pictures here, just as I did in my daily journal in the Hobonichi Hon last year. If you're interested about that, you can check out one of the videos that I made about that journal. But here, it's the idea is the same. I will just paste pictures from the month that I want to highlight. And then in my weeks, this one I also already showed in one of the previous videos, but I was doing a picture per day, and a little summary for every day for what I've done that day, and then at the end of the week I came in and journaled about some key events, like it was my dog's birthday and I started spreadmas, and Apple Music Replay came out. Love this spread. And then next week I realized that I don't always have a picture per day, and also I don't want it to bulk up on this side, because if I were to put a picture a day on the same spot here for every week, it will be just bulked up on one side, which I don't love. So here I just journaled for the day and put some stickers that went with the happenings of the day. Here I put a picture, so I decided not to limit myself to this layout anymore. And again, here I journaled about the whole week, sorry. And I love switching up the directions because of I want to put more pictures in this journal, so I need to switch directions to fit the text more nicely. Again, the same, just put one picture here, but then at the end of the week I put more of them in the bigger format here, so I have something to look back on. And honestly, I'm really happy with how it's turning out, because I can instantly remember what was happening that week, and it's really cool. It's like it is not lost in my huge daily journal pages. It's just all in one place, and I can even like give it to anybody to read and flip through, because there's nothing that personal in here. And this is this week. In the back, I'm using the 365 Chekhov as my mood tracker, and I chose a few colors and like grouped similar moods, like sad, moody, and anxious are blue. So I grouped them into one color, so that this sheet is not very colorful and I can see some trends. Here I have a running media register for everything that I start watching or reading or listening to. I just log here. And the only other thing I think I have here is a list. So here I decided I would just put different collections or more generic stuff, or journal whenever I feel like journaling in here, like when I'm traveling or something like that. And I put a list of time flies when I just put in all of the activities that I really love doing and I enjoy. And in the back spreads, the prepared spreads, in my 100, I decided to come up with 100 tasks or goals or dreams for the next year, big or small. Like go to LA is a huge dream, but then let me see. Well, they all seem pretty big now that I'm looking at them. Like apply for citizenship. It's kind of big, but I also already have all of the documents. I only need to pass a test. So I know it's happening. So I put it here so I can check it off. Definitely next year. And this one, I love how I separated these columns. So they were intended for, I think, like recording restaurants of every month and just different events, but I separated all of them so that every month has 4 lines. So we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. And for every month, I would put like 4 highlights of the month, so you could see them at one glance. And this is it here, I think. And onto my media journal. I am pretty sure it's my favorite one so far from all of the journals for the next year. So again, it's a Hobonichi Weeks and black. I also want to put charms here like I did for this one. But basically I'm logging everything I'm watching, reading, and listening to. Again, a gloomy card. I have this I forgot. No Iro dot stickers from Hobonichi. Techo no Iro? No, something else. Here I just decided to track whenever I finish a book. So I started from December 2025 and then I will go on to 2026, and it will be easy to count how many books I've read. This is more extensive, like finished on the dot. Basically, it's for whenever I finish a book, movie, I go to a concert, I finish a TV show or an animated film, and I put a star if the specific entry has a review in this notebook. So yeah, and at the end of the month I want to count all of those and just write here how many books I finished, how many movies I watched. Yeah, I think it's very nice to have this overview, and I love using the dot stickers for this. For the monthlies, like I explained many times, I'm using them to track everything I've finished, because in the weeks you will see there's no specific layout to them, and it's just more of a log and my random thoughts. But here I want it to be like a collection of everything I really watched and read and listened to. So I have movies, shows, and I put my rating and the dates. Either that I watched a movie, or for the books it's a range for when I started and finished the book. And also the song has a range, because these are for songs that I learn at my singing lessons, which I think I will put also other songs that I liked this month, just because we usually finish maximum 2 songs every month, so I want to use more of the space. And I have books for the book clubs, and here I will put my favorite book, song, movie, show of the month in the end. So in the weeklies, like I said, on the left side I just do a log. So I put an icon for a book, or I put an N as in Netflix for any shows or movies, even if I watch them somewhere else, just because it's easier. So here I just log, and if I have spare space, I just put in my thoughts or any notes about this stuff. And like here I haven't watched anything on Friday, for example, so I had this whole line empty, so I just put the movie poster on both of them. And on the right side, like I said, it's just my thoughts or review or whatever. So I've been really into this book, We Used to Live Here, and they kind of had a glossary for the terms used. Like, it's not for the book, but it was like a chapter for these terms, like a host. If you don't know, it's a horror haunted house story. And they explained who is the host, the guest, the guide, tourist, trespasser, anchor, hedge, shortcut, hook. And I really loved this book, so I wanted to record this thing here. And the next week, again, just very simple. And here, since I finished the book on the 11th of December, and I put my rating in the brackets here. And so here I wrote down the synopsis of the book, because I tend to forget like what the books or movies were about. And here on the side I did a small, like, tiny review, because I'm not used to doing huge reviews and like talking about everything that I experienced with this book, but I like to do just a little 1-2 sentences about what I liked and didn't like. Then the next, this was the previous week. Can Billy's birthday. If I can, I will mention it in every single notebook. And yeah, just pasting pictures from Pinterest or Instagram. This is from Stranger Things, and it's when Eddie says to Dustin, "Never change, Dustin Henderson, promise me." And if you've seen the 5th season, volume 1, then you will know why I chose this. Yeah. And it's this week, which I still have to fill out the first few days. But I've been loving this. It's, again, probably my favorite book so far. Here on the 365 page, I track my screen time for less than 2 hours, less than 4 hours, and more than 4 hours. It's screen time specifically for my phone. And then in the notes, I have set up quite a few spreads. So I have my anticipated releases for the next year, or even more years ahead, like the K-pop Demon Hunters 2, I think are set to come out only in 2029. So, but since I've learned this year, I decided to record it as well. Then I have a spread for books that I've read, and not 1 but 3 because I intend to read a lot this year. And then music from month to month is for my monthly Apple Music replays for every month. And this will be for the complete Apple Music replay, tours, shows, and cinema. So this is for like collaging, memory keeping. So I decided to make the same spread as for books for best movies and TV shows, where I will put just the 5 stars. And yes, I already put the Stranger Things 5 because they are already 5 stars for me. Songs, my physical TBR, and my backlog is like my to watch list. And in the back, again, in my 100, I decided to track 5 stars. So whatever gets 5 stars from me, like a song, TV show, movie, or book, I will record them here. So at the end of the year, I don't think I will get 100, but I will see how many 5 stars I have. And for this layout, I decided to do it differently than in my memory keeper, but I dedicated each column to a type of media. So I have movies, books, TV shows, and songs. And every month, like they are separated into like 12 lines already. So for every month, I will record my favorite movie, book, TV show, and song. And that's it, I think. Thank you for being here with me. Please leave your comments and thoughts down below. I would really love to chat with you. And yeah, unfortunately, the spreadmas series has failed, but I also think it was really a learning experience for me. So I don't think it was failed, but yeah, in terms of the number of videos that I planned and did put out, it's a fail. But anyway, I'm still really into making the videos, and I was itching to make this video, which just goes to tell that it's just a matter of frequency, I think. So I will definitely continue with this. Let me know if you want the next video to include some like vlog style sections for my trip, because the next video I will do already next year. So see you in the new year. I wish you happy holidays, and that the next year brings you everything that you're dreaming and planning. Thank you for being here, and stick around. Bye.